Okay, so we are going to do a video, a little bit of I'm going to open some packs. There were some promo codes that came out today or very recently. One of them was all caps PLAYBRO. The other was, or the other two, rather, were, let me look it up. A friend sent them to me. Capital P, then lowercase LAY, capital DMUA, lowercase LCHEMY. So play DMU Alchemy. And then capital PLAY, capital DMU. So play DMU. Dominar United. In total, that got me, I think, 9 packs, 6 of the Brothers War, or 3 of the Brothers War and 6 of Dominaria. So I already opened a few, but let's open sorry, it was not Brothers War. I got 3 Brothers War from the Play Bro, and then I got 3 Alchemy packs from the Play DMU Alchemy, and Play DMU got me 3 Dominaria United. So let's open some Dominaria United here. We got Monstrous War Leech, 3 and a black, kicker blue. As it enters the battlefield, if it was kicked, mill 4 cards. Monstrous War Leech's power and toughness are each equal to the highest mana value among cards in your graveyard. Ooh, that could actually be really good in my. I'm playing a alchemy deck focused on Rona Shieldred's Faithful. Um, and since I run 4 copies of her because I want to for sure have her, and she's castable from the graveyard, for 4 mana I would at least get a 4/4. There's not a lot of other mill synergy with that. There is Savarok the Usurper, and if you specialize him into his blue, he gets, or I think a creature on your turn gets plus X plus 0, where X is equal to the number of creatures, instants, and sorceries in your graveyard. So later game, he and this would both benefit from having a full graveyard. So that's a possibility there. Singer Connor Sewer we have, Phyrexian Warhorse we have, Essence Scatter, Enthrall to the Pit, Volshe Tide Turner, and Yavimaya Steel Crusher. We have all those. And then Maria, Scholar of Antiquity, 1 green, red, green. Legendary Elf, 3/3. Okay, so right there, passes the vanilla test. Tap an untapped non-token artifact you control. Add a green. Tap 2 untapped non-token artifacts you control. Exile the top card of your library. You may play it this turn. Elf Artificer. So that might be good in a Gruul Artifacts deck. Brawl or Commander or something. I always say Commander. I know that's not actually a format available on this platform, but still, that's just how I think of the cards. Then another. Walking Bulwark, we already have. Knight of Dusk's Shadow, we already have. Yavimaya Sojourner, Bog Badger, Griffin Protector, Flowstone Kavu, and Hammerhand. Let's see what we get. The World Spell. Read ahead so you can choose which chapter it starts at. The first 2 modes, look at the top 7 cards of your library. You may reveal a non-saga permanent card from among them and put that into your hand. Put the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. The third chapter says put up to 2 non-saga permanent cards from your hand onto the battlefield. That could be very good in the right deck. I can't think of one I would use it in personally, but we got a common wild card. We need that. Alright, the rest of these we all have. Eerie Soul Tender, Phyrexian Warhorse, Broken Wings, Sunlit Marsh, Dragon Whelp, Sprouting Goblin, although I do need some more goblins, because I'd like to create a goblin historic brawl deck. So, I like that. And then, ooh, Sulphurous Springs. Beautiful. This, I know exactly what deck this is going in. That's a great open there. Let's move on to the Alchemy packs. Trove Mage, we got an uncommon wild card too. Nice. What do I have? 8 common, 10 uncommon, 6 rare, and 0 mythic rare. And almost 30% of my vault, which is cool. We have Trove Mage already. We have Wandering Tree Folk already. We have G2 Amplifier already, though I did need another one. I'm thinking of slotting this into my Izzet Delver deck in Standard. A little bit of late game. Get some, like, that turtle with ward and flying that people use in Simic decks, or Esper or Bant decks. I mean, um, get him off the battlefield, and then clear the way for my Festival Crasher and my Delver of Secrets to swing through. Plus, he's just solid the rest of the game. If you're running 4 of these in addition to your Festival Crasher, you ensure that you're going to have a more aggressive start, and then also you have a little bit of late game um, bonus with its kicker. Take up the shield. We have Banish Sleeper is new, 1 and a white. Phyrexian Human Soldier, kicker black. When it enters the battlefield, if it was kicked, each player sacrifices a creature. That seems very good in, like, Elias Core Sadistic Pilgrim. Um, Molten Monstrosity, 7 and a red. This spell costs X less to cast, where X is the greatest power among creatures you control. Trample. This might be a decent card. I don't know. I can see where this would have its benefits. Um, this could be great in Paupertron or something. Um, I can see using it as a late game threat in Izzet Delver, where you've boosted your Festival Crasher, and then you cast this for relatively cheap. And then the Trample will help you close out the game. Griffin Protector, we already have. Then Smog Belcher Chariot, I believe I already have one of these. Menace Death Touch Lifelink. Whenever it attacks, target creature that crewed it perpetually gains your choice of Menace Death Touch or Lifelink. Crew 3. I like this card. 3 mana for a 3/3 with Menace Death Touch and Lifelink. Crew 3 is a little expensive, but yeah, I think in the right deck, this could be. I'm thinking of building a Mardu discard deck, and this might be a good addition to that. Um, Interesting. I like that card. What do we have next? Uncommon wild card, cool. Vesuvian Mist, we know. Furious Bellow, we know. Eerie Soul Tender, Volsci Tide Turner, Artillery Blast, Aggressive Sabotage. This is the card that made me think of building a Mardu discard deck. It could just be Rakdos, but I feel like with Raven Man, some of the higher power black creatures, my keys in my pocket for some reason. For 4 mana, they discard 2 cards and take 3 damage. That's pretty good. And then Skyrider Jin. I don't know if I had this before. 3 in a blue for a flying 3/4, so that's pretty solid. When it enters the battlefield, conjure a random card from its spellbook into your hand. Then if you have fewer cards in hand than the number of basic land types among lands you control, repeat this process. It's got 15 cards in his spellbook. We're not going to go through all of those right now. Well, here, I'll just show them. I won't read them all, but Yeah, that's solid. I love those spellbook cards. A lot of versatility out of them. I mean, and this just costing 4 mana for a flying 3/4, that's solid right there. And then being able to conjure spellbooks in a domain deck, like in a Bant deck where you're making lots of creatures um, to control the game early, something like this could really help you at the end. I like that. And super close to a rare. Cool. Eerie Soul Tender again. Captain's Call. Take up the shield. Ooh, I think I actually need that. Take up the shield. Vagi's Firenado. I want to find a way to use this. Elfhame Worm. Trove Mage. And Benelish Knight Counselor. And then another Skyrider Djinn. Cool. Cool. Um, I can see this also going into my Satoru Umezawa deck because then I would get 2 cards, and I could ninjutsu him out. So that could be good. Um, yeah, those are the packs, and then let's go to decks. And I've wanted to get into Brawl. I like Commander. I like playing casual Commander. Want to get into Brawl on here. I don't have enough cards. I've built a couple, Brawl more, but it's just not very good. I'll open it so you guys can see. Um, I think I'm running it a little too creature heavy. Um, and I just don't have the the staples for Brawl yet. So I feel like I'm behind. I have yet to win a match in Brawl. So that's why I net decked. I'm a filthy net decker. I net decked the Satoru Umezawa deck and we'll use him. I think it's got a decent shell here. Um, but I might be running too low to the ground. But my goal there was being able to play lots of creatures early and get through and just play it very aggressively. But it hasn't worked. I end up getting the power level just doesn't seem to be there. Um, I have another one saved that I net decked, and I'm going to work toward being able to use that. But yeah, this just isn't. It isn't. It just feels like it's not good enough. And granted, I haven't played that many games with it, but I think I have a decent mix of removal and aggression. I just don't have enough ramp, and I end up in a position where their board state is just too much for me to overcome. Lands are not good. I just don't have any mana rocks. Um, it's not very good. And then I have a Chatterfang deck as well, which, again, I think I just don't have enough of the cards of the staples that you'd run with Chatterfang. I went with, everything that creates zombies, so I'm getting extra tokens. Um, and then things like this, where I can play it and just leave it at its first level and then sack all my squirrels. Oh, if a creature died. No, that wouldn't even work. Um, there's a couple spells that could close out the game fast, but I just seem to be behind the whole match. Um, And again, I have not played it that much. I don't like playing formats where I don't feel like I know what I'm doing and I feel like I'm behind. Like, that's gotta go. That's just a grizzly bear. Um, but the goal is, my thought was play a lot of token generators, just be very aggressive, keep the pressure on them, and then let a lot of stuff go to my graveyard so I can play Ghoulcaller's Harvest later when Chatterfang is out, and then flash it back and just make a bajillion tokens. Um, and then slap something like Blanchwood Armor, or I think I have another card that at instant speed I can pump a creature, but it's just not like that. Start a brawl, it'd be great with all the tokens swinging huge, but it hasn't worked for me. And again, I think that's just because I don't have good lands and I don't have a lot of the mana rocks and then the things like parallel lives, the kind of auto includes for a deck like this. But so and it is standard brawl, not um not historic brawl, but I figured once this rotates out it'll be a good basis for historic Satoru Umezawa deck, and he seems powerful. He gives every card in your hand ninjutsu, so you pay 2 blue and a black, and then you can take back an unblocked attacker and put out one of your much larger threats for much cheaper. Um, yeah, like I say, this was a net deck. I did not need very many cards to make it work. I did not need very many wild cards. I had almost everything already. So I thought, okay, let's take a deck that has a proven win rate, that is at least some percentage of the meta, and then at least be able to learn the format with a deck and then it got me some of the things like Command Tower, the Meat Hook Massacre. Where was the other one? Arcane Signet. Just got me some of the cards that I know I'll be able to use in just about any brawl deck later. Um, so we are going to try to play a match with that and see what happens. Let's see. Standard Brawl. Play. And yeah, I'm not very confident, but let's see what we can do. You know what? Cancel. I will be right back in 30 seconds. Okay, back. I made some cubanos earlier, and I needed to clean and then cure my cast iron pan. So I had to get that out of the oven, and I figured I would grab a drink. We have Suntide. It's a mimosa, canned mimosa. 5.5% alcohol, sparkling cocktail, wine, and real juice. Really good. They have this, and they had another flavor. They were sampling it at my local liquor store. So there was a deal on them. I figured it was good, so let's give it a shot. I always kind of feel bad when people are sampling stuff and people are blowing them off, and I get sucked into buying that stuff. I have done samples, and I worked the hot dog cart for a long time, out on the sidewalk in front of a grocery store. So I know what it's like to have people just treat you like you're not there and ignore you, or you'll say hi and they'll say no thanks, and you're like, I didn't ask you if you wanted anything. I just said hi. Um, so yeah, I am a sucker for a demo person. All right, so let's play a standard brawl. Mishra claimed by Gix. That's not good. He's already got a new card. We don't have any blue mana. We have a lot of blue cards. So let's take our free mulligan. We got a blue at least. Wash away. We got a couple cards we can play early. Let's keep it. Um, Scrapwork Mutt. When it enters, you may discard a card. If you do, draw a card and he can unearth it. He's deciding if he wants to. I don't think he did. Um, Counter target spell that wasn't cast from its owner's hand. Or I have to play the cleave cost. We can't play our play anything, so we'll just play this. Where is Mishra? He's a 4 mana. Is this the one that has Meld? Yeah. Goro Goro, Disciple of Ryusei. Well, creatures you control gain haste. Pay 5 mana, create a 5/5 red dragon spirit. Let's play Swamp, and I think we'll play. This doesn't say crew. Oh. No, we need to save that. I think we just play Satoru Umezawa. At least I can block his stuff. And then next turn we can maybe start play our undercover operative. Another artifact enters the battlefield. Control charge counter at pay 4, sack it, deals damage equal to the number of charge counters. I don't think he has a way to pump his cards. So let's block this. All those creatures have menace? There we go, one blocker. Oh, there we go, yep. That sucks. Return to its owner's hand. I think we play Weatherlight completed. Let my stuff die. I should have played that first before I played Satoru. So I got some value out of it. At least we can hard cash Junji next turn. And then he can give it haste. Menace and treasure tokens. Yeah, not looking good for us. Artifact. I can exile that creature. And then he can't. Yeah, let's cast our Silver Fur Master. I should have just hard cast this. And then let's cast Soul Transfer. And exile that. So we can't keep getting it back. Might regret that once he plays something much stronger, but let's see. Yeah, that sucks. He's almost ready to kill Satoru Umezawa again, and should have exiled that thing. Got rid of his enchantment. So he'd quit making artifacts. Could play that for one and kill his thing, although he can unearth it. I think we cast Junji the Midnight Sky. Or Satoru Umezawa. Let's attack with our Silver Fur Master. And then let's play Satoru Umezawa. Could counter his commander. I need to get rid of that. Damn it. Attacks each turn if able. Trample. That's not good. I could cast this for 3 and then kill everything on his side, but still have Satoru out. I could cast this as Mishra's Juggernaut. Why doesn't that cost less? I think I cast this for 3 and kill everything. But he can still kill everything with his Dragon Spark Reactor. And he can still bring back all of his... He's really getting land screwed. But we can still cancel something. We can still counter something that he casts from his graveyard. I think I swing. I should have just brought that to my hand. I could have cast him for so much less. That was dumb. Dumb, dumb, dumb. Gain Menace. Run out of time, bud. If he casts his commander, I think I counter it with Wash Away. Why couldn't I wash away? Is Unearth not a spell? He can still kill everything. Oh no, he can just kill me and deal 7 damage to me. Whenever it attacks, you may sacrifice creatures you create or tap Power Stone. 5 exile creature card from your graveyard. Create a 3/3 colorless zombie artifact creature token. Still not looking very good for me. Um, 5 or more values. 1, 2, 3. Or do I cast Satoru Umezawa? Or Junji the Midnight Sky? I just don't know how to play this game very well. Next. No attacks. What do I've got? 4, 5, 6, 7. That's what he costs. So I think I play Junji the Midnight Sky. Oh no, let's cast this. And then let's cast this. Let's cast that. Now I got some blockers at least. But he's going to be able to kill them all with his Dragon Spark Reactor. Well, at least my deck's working, you know. That's a good thing. It's built well enough to work. Other creature dies, put a 1/1 counter on this creature. He can kill one of my crabs, and he can deal 7 damage to me. That's what I would do if I was him. So he's not going to be able to attack much with... Okay, he won't. Look at the top 2 cards of target opponent's library, exile them face down, and put the other one on the bottom. You may look at and play that exiled card for as long as it remains exiled, and you spend mana as though it were a mana of any color to cast that spell. I think I'm going to cast Satoru Umezawa. Can do that as an instant, though. That's what sucks. Let's just go aggro. We're losing the match. Well, I had unblocked creature. I could have ninjutsu'd. Oh, I didn't have any mana open. Never mind. He's going to have to Dragon Spark React or something. I'll let him swing for the win. Oh, you know, got him down to 5 life. That wasn't a bad game. We held in there. And he said good game, so I'll take it. Yeah, that could have been a lot worse. We had him down to 5. I probably shouldn't have been so aggressive on that last turn there. But I was. But we earn coins, we earn experience, and we got a pack, so let's open that. Brothers of War, so these will all be new to me. Ooh, we got a rare, common, and an uncommon wild card. Hostile Negotiations, 3 and a black. It's an instant. Exile the top 3 cards of your library in a face-down pile, then exile the top 3 cards of your library in another face-down pile. Look at the cards in each pile, then turn a pile of your choice face up. An opponent chooses one of those piles. Put that pile into your hand and the other into your graveyard. You lose 3 life. So like a more reasonable Gifts Ungiven. If you're playing a combo deck or your deck is set up right, it doesn't matter which pile they pick, you're getting the cards you need. Recommission, 1 and a white, sorcery. Return target artifact or creature card with mana value 3 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. If a creature enters the battlefield this way, it enters with an additional +1/+1 counter on it. Evangel of Synthesis, blue and a black. Creature, Phyrexian human cleric. When it enters the battlefield, draw a card, then discard a card. As long as you've drawn 2 or more cards this turn, Evangel of Synthesis gets +1/+0 and has Menace. This would be another good inclusion for my blue-black spells deck. I can't put in too many creatures or it doesn't become blue-black spells, but it helps me draw, discard, doesn't matter if I discard Rona, and I do have a lot of card draw in that deck. So he would be a 3/3 with Menace. That's solid. Power Plant Worker, 5 mana for a 4/4. Pay 3. Power Plant gains 2/2 until end of turn. If you control token creatures named Mine Worker and Tower Worker, put 2 +1/+1 counters on Power Plant Worker instead. Activate only once each turn. Ooh, so there's like a cycle of, Urza land creatures. That's cool. Power Plant. What is it? Urza's Mine, Urza's Tower, and Urza's Power Plant? Yeah. I like that. Supply Drop, 3 mana, flash. When it enters the battlefield, target creature you control gets +2/+2 until end of turn. Pay 4, tap, sacrifice Supply Drop, draw a card. That would be decent in my Rakdos Constructs deck. And Perilous Vault. Ooh, love the old school art. Pay 4. You get an artifact that says pay 5, tap, exile all non-land permanents. That's a good card. That could go in any deck. That's solid. Solid board wipe there. Exile all non-land permanents. So especially if you're behind in your board state. That is good. Cool, and we got extra wild cards. Nice. And our vault is going up. So contains a mythic rare, 2 rare, and 3 uncommon. I know that doing drafts is the way to up your vault, and I know completing your vault is the best way to gain new wild cards. But let's try one more match, and then win or loss, I think we'll call it a day for this video. I will keep playing Magic. I'll probably record a different video, but let's try it again. One thing I'm feeling about Standard Brawl is it's probably a lot more high power. It seems like there's a decent amount of like goofy decks in Historic Brawl, or people they're not optimized. They have all the staples, so their decks work well, but they're not like optimized. I feel like you're not playing Standard Brawl unless you've already got a considerable amount of rares and mythics for your color. We're already getting Brothers War, guys. This is crazy. Not that many mana. Enchant creature. It loses all abilities. Becomes Grand White Citizen with base power 1 and 1/1. Named legitimate business person. Counter target spell unless its controller pays 2. As you cast this spell, you may sack a creature with power 1 or greater. When you do, copy it, and if it has any targets, you may choose new targets for the copy. Let's just keep it. We'll see. I don't know this deck well enough to play optimally yet. Okiba Reckoner Raid. Each opponent loses 1 life and you gain 1 life. Exile it, and then he gets a Menace, where vehicles he controls as Menace. That seems powerful. Artie's got a 4-life swing, and his commander is pretty cheap. Menace, your opponents can't gain life, and he can pump it. Unfortunately, I don't have cards in my hand that will allow me to. I have to play that, so we're behind considerably. I could get rid of that early, or I could counter a spell unless the controller pays 2. But he's going to get through with a lot of damage, so I think I'm going to Witness Protection that. Since I just don't have enough early to... Ooh, I should have Witness Protection to that instead. Whenever a creature you control deals combat damage to one of your opponents, its controller may pay 1 life. If they do, draw a card. Pay 4 mana and 3 black. Discard X cards. Exile the top X cards of opponent's library. You may play lands and cast spells from among cards exiled this way without paying their mana costs. Good lord. I'd like to save Satoru until I have exile target creature, planeswalker. I could get rid of that. I think I gotta play Satoru Umezawa though. So I can at least block some of his stuff. But he's running mono black, so he'll be able to. He's gonna be able to kill it. Hero's Downfall. Oh, Infernal Grasp. Yeah, we're not sitting very well here. This is gonna be a good game pretty soon here. I'd pay all 3 life. He's up so much. Yeah. Bummer. Ledger Shredder. Flying whenever a player casts their second spell, it connives. Draw a card, then discard a card. If you discard a non-land, put a 1/1 counter on it. I think we play that. We have Negate, we have Make Disappear, we have Fake Our Own Death. Yeah, not doing well. And block is 1/1. I can't block gigs. Braids or is a nightmare. Cool. So we can just sack his 1/1 and then make me sack that. And then swing for Transform, Menace, 3/4, Resolve. And then he's going to be able to, you may choose a non-land card from it, discards a card, then draws a card. I should have negated, oh, non-creature. So I couldn't. Yep, he gets that. I get Evolving Wilds. Pass the turn. I'll fake my own death. Kill his Gix. Why did it not come? Okay, there we go. Oh, whenever a creature. Oh yeah, he's gonna win for sure. And then he's gonna sack his 1/1. Whoa. He conceded. Hey, victory! Hey! Win's a win. Don't know why he did that, but I don't care. Maybe he had to go. This DoorDash got here or something. Yeah, hey, I'll take a victory. Was not gonna win that match, but we'll take it. I'm really aiming to get this completed tonight. Green or blue spells, play 25 lands. Ranked modes or events. I'm not playing... I haven't played Standard today, have I? Oh, Standard Brawl, so that counts. Okay. I need to cast 60 more spells. How long are we at on this video? I did say we'd play only one more. We are at... Does it show me? about 50 minutes. So yeah, I think we'll stop recording there. Hey, at least we got a win, even if it was a cheap win. But yeah, I enjoy my deck. I think I'll keep playing it and at least get to learn some more about the meta, both for um, Brawl, but then just also Standard since they're Standard only cards. Oh, I forgot to show off my T-shirt. I got my Aku T-shirt on here. Oh, there we go. I thought that would be a good. I love wearing a black long sleeve underneath it too, or whatever, because then it just feels like Aku has taken over my whole body. I thought that would be a good shirt to wear while I played Satoru Umezawa. Fits the theme. But yeah, thanks for watching. Bye.